Welcome into the 6th edition of the wrap-up. You did not hear that incorrectly. That is real. 6 weeks. Zach Order joined alongside Maya Kitchens. Maya, I ask everybody this, especially our coaches on Sports Drive. Does it feel like week 6 for you?
Yes, it does. But
Okay.
that means I love it, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, it really is week 6 because you had a little bit of a break between like week 2 and 3. But for me, it really feels like week 6. But the craziest part is that all these teams are still in action. We had a lot of teams on bye weeks this week, but we had a lot of teams still in action, and so it's exciting to see the teams keep playing. Football is the best time of year. I will die on that hill.
I 1,000,000% agree with you. And out of all the games, as you know, every single week, we can only have one. That is our game of the week. We'll take you over to the start of the third quarter at Whiteface Stadium between the Hostile Herd and the Seminole Indians. Dominic Higgins drops back in the pocket, going deep over the middle, and he connects with Logan McCormick in stride, and McCormick just going to drag some white faces into the end zone with them. Put Seminole on top. The Indians finding some success through the air. Higgins, plenty of time again, and he launches this one down the right sidelines and drops it in the basket for Jason Robledo. And Seminole starting to pull away, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Higgins back to pass again, and that is Edgar Contreras wide open on the out route and into the end zone for another Seminole touchdown. Tied at 21 at half, and it was all Indians until the end. 45-28 the final. Lance Lauder caught up with a familiar face of the area, former Pampa, and now Seminole head coach Greg Pointer after the game.
Here we are at Hereford for the Channel 10 Game of the Week, and it is Seminole visiting Hereford, and it's the Indians coming away with a 45-28 win. Hereford comes back and opens the second half, ties at 21-21, and then Seminole took over with 3 quick scores there in the third. We have, of course, everybody knows him in the 806, Coach Greg Pointer. Now he's down in Seminole. Greg, what happened there in the third? I thought that was the key when you guys answered him. 3 touchdowns in like 9 minutes.
Yeah, we talked at halftime. We knew the third quarter was going to be huge for us, and I thought our coaches did a great job of making a few adjustments, kind of saw what they were in the first half, and then Dom went out and executed. I thought Dom played as good a game as he's played the whole year. It was really, we had a couple of quick strikes and just kind of turned all the momentum and then kind of took the running game away from him a little bit and just, made a big difference.
Before we get to Dom, let me ask you one more. This is the game before district.
Yeah.
Coaches have different philosophies, but you have to be happy going on the road. Hereford's always a tough place to play.
Absolutely. We told our kids this is a tough place to win. And, back in my Pampa days, this was always a tough place to win. But, yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about momentum. Last week we had a big victory, not a great team, but a big victory. And then this one to keep our momentum going. We're excited about where we're at going into district.
Did you like seeing the cow at least?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I love coming back to the Panhandle. I love the Panhandle.
All right, we have Dom Higgins. Dom, great game, man. Really, really dialed in there in the third quarter. Game tied. What'd you guys say to each other to produce that quick 21 points?
We just rely on each other. We're senior heavy offensively on the skill wise. We rely on each other very well, and I think it obviously correlates with the 21 quick points.
For News Channel 10 Sports, I'm Lance Lunner, wearing the victory jacket today.
I love your jacket.
For the Seminole Indians and Coach Pointer, we love him up here. Let's toss it back to the wrap-up, and we have our dynamic duo back there, Zach and Maya.